Hello, good morning. Hi everyone. I hope you had a blissful day. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, the explicit tutorials. Do not forget, my name is Tutor Joseph. So let us go into today's business quickly. Now, I shall be doing reproduction. And of course, the fact is there are some topics in biology that need to be treated practically. Like reproduction is a good example of such topics. Reproduction, in a sense that you know what it means now. I wanted to buy us a mocha phone, but for now I'm in the red, so I wouldn't want to spend and get into my personal budgets unwisely. And nevertheless, since we don't have mocha foam and two species, and I also wanted a male and a female to volunteer to execute this phenomenon, reproduction, okay? I wanted to use a male as specimen A and female as specimen B. You know, practical aspect now, you just put the mocha foam back to pillows, then let them start. That is one of the best ways to knowing certain topics that require practical. Nevertheless, since we are here like this, let us just go into the theoretical part of it. Now, reproduction means the process whereby living organisms or living things give rise to a new progeny called offsprings, sexually or asexually. For what reason? To enhance the continuity. Of life. Now, if you are stating what reproduction is without including continuity of life, you're wrong, because the aim of undergoing this process is to enhance the continuity of life. As long as a generation dies, the next generation continues, so it enhances what? The continuity of life. I said it is a phenomenon with living things or living organisms give rise to a new offspring called what? Progeny, sexually or asexually, to enhance what? The continuity of life. Of course, we have two types of reproduction. We have one is sexual reproduction, and two, sexual reproduction. You see, this word is going to different phases. Now, each time I go to tutorials to teach, to lecture them on reproduction, whenever I write out asexual and sexual, they're not interested in me taking asexual. They want me to take sexual because that is the major part. Understand? This is the part that requires mocha foam, good mocha foam, and two species A and B, females and male. Okay, one female and one male. But now I'm not going to be treating this one for now. I'll be treating asexual reproduction. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I know that most of us were interested in knowing this very one. Even if you don't want to know the topic, but you just want to know the meaning of all this sexual reproduction, I will disappoint you. We are taking asexual reproduction. Now, asexual reproduction is a type of reproduction that requires just one parent, a single parent. That means that sperm cells like spermata or gametes are not involved, and there is no formation of what? Zygotes. I said asexual reproduction is a type of reproduction that requires just one parent. And as such, gametes is not involved. Formation of zygotes is not involved too. Just one parent. Okay. Now there are different types of asexual reproduction. You have binary fission. Okay. Let me do it as binary or multiple fission. You have budding, you have fragmentation, you have spore formation, spore formation, you have vegetative propagation. Alright, so these are the subdivisions of asexual reproduction. So I shall be explaining each bit by bit. Now the word by means to multiple, a lot of it. Now binary, okay, fission is the process whereby a single cell splits into different parts. Alright, it could be a nucleus or it could be a different entity. Now, if you are not talking of radioactivity, no, radioactivity means it's spontaneous disintegration of an unstable nucleus to produce a stable one. You know, that is not. Now, I'm just trying to explain this word. Fission means dividing. All right, when the cell splits into two parts, you call it what? Binary fission. An example of organism that undergoes such fission is the amoeba proteus. All right. Amoeba proteus undergoes or exhibits binary fission. But if the cell now splits into two or more parts, when the cell now splits into two or more parts, you have that to be what? Multiple fission. An example of organism that possesses multiple fission is the Paramecium caudatum. Paramecium caudatum possesses multiple fission. All right. So the next one is budding. Okay. Please take note of this. A type of multiple fission that the plasmodium undergoes in the liver is called schizogony rather. You know that plasmodium is the protozoan or the pathogen of malaria. Then while the female Anopheles mosquito is the vector. Now, when a person is bitten by an infected mosquito, it injects the first stage called the sporozoid stage. Now, this sporozoid stage will now go to the liver. It will go to the bloodstream. From the bloodstream, it migrates to the liver. As soon as it invades the liver cells, it develops into the merozoid stage. The merozoid stage will now undergo schizogony, a type of multiple fission. When it undergoes schizogony, it forms what is called, that is when the merozoid stage, that is merozoids. When the merozoid stage undergoes schizogony, it forms a stage called the trophozoid stage. Now, it is this trophozoid stage that damages the immune system. First thing first, when a person is bitten by a mosquito, it ejects the sporozoid stage. The sporozoid stage goes into the bloodstream, and thereafter it migrates to the liver. It then develops into what? The merozoid stage. In the liver, this merozoid stage damages the cells of the liver. It undergoes schizogony and develops into what? The trophozoid stage. It is this trophozoid stage that damages the immune system. Thereafter, you now have malaria. So please, which means that for a person to experience malaria, it means that the plasmodium must reach the trophozoid stage, else this malaria will never be experienced. Okay, so please take note of that. A part of the merozoid stage that didn't undergo schizogony will form a zygote called eukaryote zygote. All right, which means that the zygote formed by some of the merozoid stage is called what? Eukaryote zygote. Okay. Now let me take the next one, which is what? Budding. Budding is a phenomenon in which there is an outgrowth. This is a key word. There is an outgrowth from the parent plant. to produce an independent species. Now that outgrowth from the parent plant is called what? The bud. Alright? The bud is that outgrowth from the parent plants. It undergoes a process called what? Budding. Examples of organisms that undergo budding are, you have one, Hydra. Hydra can undergo budding. Yeast can undergo what? Budding. Please take note of that. Now, fragmentation, as the name implies, fragments. That is different segments, right? Different parts. Now, fragmentation is a phenomenon in which a single cell splits into different fragments or different parts. Thereafter, each part will now form another organism. Fragmentation is a phenomenon in which a single cell splits into different fragments, and each fragment is capable of developing into another independent free-living organism. Example of organism that undergoes fragmentation is the Spirogyra. So please take note of that. The next one is spore formation. The process whereby organisms form spores is called what? Spore formation. It's called spore formation. Okay. Example of organisms that undergo spore formation are the saprophytes. That is the fungi. Okay. That is, we have the mushroom. We have the mucor. We have the rhizopus. Alright, so please take note of that. Now, this one, vegetative propagation, is a type of asexual reproduction in which a new offspring is produced by using its what? Vegetative parts. Alright, examples of organisms that undergo vegetative propagation are bananas. You know, bananas are called Musa sapientum. You have plantain. Plantain is called Musa paradisiaca. You now have pineapple. Pineapple, Ananas comosus, undergoes this type of reproduction too. So please, at this point, we'll call it a day. Please take note of this. Now, I told you that Paramecium caudatum undergoes a type of asexual reproduction called what? Multiple fission. It has the ability to also undergo a type of sexual reproduction called conjugation. Alright? Which means that Paramecium has the ability to undergo both sexual and asexual what? Reproduction. As sexual reproduction, it undergoes conjugation. Then as asexual reproduction, it undergoes multiple fission. So at this point, we'll call it a day. And thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Have a wonderful day.